Hi, Yanine. I just thought I'd make a little video because we're going to get to actually start looking at planning our preparation for your own speech from today. So I thought it would be really nice to do a little introduction for you. So our learning outcome is to begin planning that today and to understand really what that speech will look like. So this PowerPoint is quite an extensive PowerPoint and it will talk you through the whole process, but we're going to do it bit by bit. So you don't need to look at the whole PowerPoint today. You just need to look at the bits that I'm going to talk through, and then I'll talk you through some more again to let you know what I would like you to do each day. Okay, so why are we doing a speech? So the reason every year 9 or year 10 does a speech every year is because it's part of your GCSE for English language. It is this bit here. It is the speaking and listening non-examination assessment. That is a presentation and discussion to be assessed. So you'll be assessed on your presentation skills. It doesn't form part of the GCSE grade you get overall, but it does form an extra grade. So on your GCSE certificate, when you get it, you will have a grades 1 to 9 for English language, grades 1 to 9 for English literature, and then you will get a pass, a merit, or a distinction for your speaking and listening for your spoken language non-examination assessment. So you get 3 grades overall. Okay. So at some point next year, when we're back at school, you're going to deliver this speech to a small group, and afterwards you'll be asked to answer some questions. So you're going to write the speech now, prepare for it, even rehearse it. But then at some point during our year next year, you will in small groups come and deliver that speech, and you will have questions prepared earlier, and then you will answer some questions as well. You're going to choose your own topic, so you need to choose something you're really, really interested in. And your aim is to be as entertaining and ideally as persuasive as possible. Given that you have just been learning lots of persuasive techniques, they should all appear in your speech. And you should be fluent and confident speaker. Now, you will be, the more you rehearse, the more confident you are about what you are speaking about, the more confident you will come across. Okay, I know this is nerve-wracking for many of you, and every year we get people who have a bit of a wobble, but then it's brilliant when people actually overcome this. So I don't want you to worry about it. At the moment, all we're doing is writing the speech, and everybody must do that. And then we're going to prepare for next year for when we actually deliver the speeches. You will have to individually speak for about 5 to 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes in total, so that will include your questions. So ideally, you're writing a speech of up to 5 minutes, and then the questions will go on top of that. Okay, so no longer than 5 minutes really for the actual speech, but an absolute minimum of 3 minutes for a speech. And it's an official part of your GCSE. Everybody has to do it. But don't worry, because it's something that most people end up being brilliant at, and we usually feel really a good sense of achievement when you've done it. So you need to know what one of those final speeches is going to look like. So we're going to show you some speeches, some examples from some students who've done these speeches before, not from our school, they're from different parts of the country. I'm going to show you 2 of them today. And on the following slides, you're going to watch the real examples. And when I finish doing this introduction, you can open up the PowerPoint and you'll be able to click the links and watch the videos. I'm not going to watch them with you, but I'll tell you a little bit about them. Okay. So our first candidate that you're going to click on, and when you go onto the PowerPoint, you'll just click on this link here and you'll be able to watch James's presentation that he gave in his school. And this is the examiner feedback. Now, it's really, really quite lengthy, but just for you to know that James gets a merit. So remember, there's 3 pass rates that you can get. You can obviously get pass, you get a merit, which is the next one up, and you can get distinction, which is the highest grade you can get. So James got the middle grade, he got a merit. And some of the bits in red here explain what he did well. He used a range of vocabulary, he gave a clear structure to his piece of writing, and he managed some rhetorical methods really well. So all the things that you have been learning about in terms of how to write a clear, persuasive argument, James has included some of those. So listen out to those when you watch James's speech, and you really, really should watch them. And then have a read of this in more detail if you wish to. And the second candidate we'd like you to watch, her name actually isn't Holly. The link says Holly, but her name's Laura. And Laura gets a distinction. And so we show this one, we've shown it for the last few years actually, because it's a really good one to watch. This is one to try to aim to be like. She puts forward some challenging ideas. I'm just reading the bits in red. She interprets some data, so she got some clear facts, some logos that she's gone away and found out about. And her vocabulary is sophisticated. Now, given that you can prepare your speech by writing it beforehand, this is one thing that you need to have clear in your mind, making sure that your vocabulary is as sophisticated as possible. And it's really nicely structured, her argument is. You'll listen to it and you can clearly hear how the argument unfolds. And again, she uses lots of rhetorical strategies, so lots of rhetorical features like you've used, like rhetorical questions, triples. She uses lots of triples. You'll hear that in Laura's speech. So again, after I've finished speaking, just go through, click on Holly and watch her, see if you can understand why she got a higher mark than James, okay? Both really good marks though. So this is the assessment criteria. A pass will be kind of straightforward ideas, it kind of organised, make an attempt to meet the needs of the audience, listen to questions and feedback. That's in the questions bit, you can't prepare for that really. And merit, though, will begin to look at challenging ideas and information and use a range of vocabulary. It will be organised, it will achieve the purpose of the presentation. So that means the beginning of the presentation, they'll give a clear purpose as to why they're talking to you about this, okay? And that's something important to remember for next lesson. For a distinction, this is a sophisticated idea with in a sophisticated repertoire of vocabulary, highly structured, engages the audience. So you might think about the rhetorical questions you could ask, a way that you could make the audience think about what it is you're saying. So imagine if this was you, that kind of thing. And will achieve the purpose of his or her presentation. So once again, we'll set out quite clearly at the beginning what the point is of the presentation. So what I would like you to do when I've finished speaking to you is I want you to go back, watch James, then watch Laura's presentations, see the difference between the two of them. And then the final thing, the next thing I would like you to do is start to think about your own speech. I put this sheet in yesterday's lesson as well. And it's an example of some of the questions that people have, some of the topics that people have used before, and some other ones as well. So here is a list of some good ideas for kind of persuasive questions you could come up with, like homework is futile and should be abolished. That means homework is pointless and should be abolished. It could be, you could choose, this one's quite a popular one. The school day should suit the body clocks of pupils, not the teachers. How about there should be greater equality in sport? Anything like that. Now you can change these, amend them, add to them, do something very different. It doesn't have to be one of those topics there. You can choose anything you like. And in fact, there's a list of possible topic areas here. You may already have a clear idea what you would like to do, but it has to be something you're really interested in, because you're going to be looking at this over the next few weeks and returning to it in year 10 at some point to deliver the speech. So ideally, it's something you want to research, something you're passionate about. Some people do their presentations on a hobby that they have, but I must say the ones where it's about an issue tends to give you more areas to be able to use the rhetorical features, because you're trying to persuade us of something. So the ones where you're trying to persuade us usually get a higher mark. So I would persuade you to have a go at doing something that's a bit contentious, or something that you want us to make us think about that's a bit challenging. And all of these topics here do that. So just be mindful of how you might phrase your title. So that's the second thing I would like you to do today. The first thing, watch the videos. The second thing, choose a title, and if you have time, you can begin to start researching your topic. So some of you will go as far ahead as this, some of you won't today. And to do that, we'll be continuing with this tomorrow as well. For your chosen topic, you need to make sure you have the following: at least 3 strong logical arguments, some facts and some statistics. Now, if you're writing an exam, you'd make them up, but in this case, we want them to be true. We want them to be factual, because that's going to add weight to your argument if it's real. And also, you should want to find these things out because it's something you're interested in. So you'll have to go on the internet or look in books or magazines, watch documentaries, and find some facts out about your topic. Ideally, a quotation from an expert about your topic. If you type into Google expert opinion on, something will come up and you can just copy it down and use that as a quotation. An anecdote about someone who's been affected by your topic. This might be you, or it might be somebody else, or something you've seen in the media, or a friend. And then you need to also plan a range of powerful words. I expect today, after you've watched the videos and chosen your topic, it will just be a case of getting onto Google or something like that and jotting down some facts and statistics, perhaps finding a quote from an expert. I don't want you to necessarily go any further than that today, but I will talk you through the next bits as we go through. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this today and really, really think about a subject that you're really passionate about, something you really want to find out about or really want to change our views on, and really look forward to seeing what you come up with. Okay, so I'll speak to you again tomorrow and tell you a little bit more about the next bit of research and planning. Okay, bye for now.